help as well. It's nice to have you.
Nice
Thanks for
to
joining
meet
us.
you.
That show is so realistic.
Especially that scene. I haven't seen that episode yet. I'm a little behind, but that is really true to life as to what I do in the mornings as well. Like, everybody sit down and eat together, or else. And they're just like, we have to go.
Right.
And it's
stuff to do.
Yeah, but that was kind of funny.
Why is breakfast your focus now? I mean, some of these statistics about kids really in poverty. It's like 16.2 million kids who struggle with hunger.
Which is crazy in our country. I actually had no idea when I signed on to do this that 1 in 5 kids go to school every day hungry. And I don't know how that's...
The implications obviously are huge, right? If you're hungry, you can't focus. If you're hungry, you're not going to be a good student.
Academically, it's really hard. And they can't have fun. You know, I just feel like kids really just need to focus on other things that are important, and that should be a given that they eat.
I was surprised at the large number of kids who are eligible for breakfast at school because they're embarrassed. And I know a couple of kids like this. They're embarrassed, so they won't take it.
And they make you embarrassed about it. You know, they call out 2 lines. You know, this is the food line, this is the whatever line. And kids get, I mean, it really hampers them.
Which is why Kellogg's wants to make it everyone can have breakfast. It's not just about the kids that maybe are impoverished, that don't have that opportunity to eat in the morning. So they're giving breakfast to everyone, which I'm really excited about.
Breakfast is important because if I feed my kid, but you don't because you don't have the means, let's say, and they're in the classroom together, my kid's going to make sure your kid's not learning because it's going to be agitated, he's going to be unfocused, you know, so we really need to have kids concentrating on the work that's going on in the
especially at that age. I feel like that's an age where you're growing, your mind is growing, and I feel like you need to have the proper nutrition. They can't make it through the day.
Exactly.
They just, I mean, you have 3 kids. I have 4 kids.
If I skip breakfast, I'm like cranky, irritable. You know, all 3 of my kids, I try to make sure that they have a breakfast. Even my oldest, who is not in the house, he's in college, so I'm like, did you eat?
Yes, Mother, I ate. So what Kellogg's doing is they're going to match breakfast. It's called Share Your Breakfast, right?
Yes, Share Your Breakfast, and it's National Breakfast Week this week. And Share Your Breakfast, meaning if you go on Facebook.com/Kellogg's and share what you had for breakfast, whether it's eggs and oatmeal or whatever it is.
So healthy. Or Danish, which is probably what I'm having.
I have a lot of, sometimes I'll have sushi. It's weird. They'll match a breakfast for a breakfast. So no matter what, I think it's up to 1 million breakfasts, which is
But is that, I mean, is that a long-term solution? Is this something they're doing on a temporary basis, or is it more that we need to do on an ongoing basis?
I think we need to all step up and make sure that this is an ongoing
It's a terrible thing in this country to have, really. I mean,
in this country,
we struggle with obesity on one hand, and then you have all these millions of children who literally
But obesity also, that kids are malnourished.
Right.
So just because they're overweight doesn't mean they're healthy.
Right.
Which is a whole other...
We're really lucky at home. We have Bruno Cerati, who was one of the CNN heroes this past year, and he's feeding kids. You know, he's got a restaurant. He's been feeding kids for like 15 years now, a meal every night to the motel kids that we have in Anaheim and stuff.
Oh, really?
It's just amazing. I mean, this guy's is just amazing, and it's really brought the community together to donate.
I think it's a real community focus of things. So it's good for you. I know Wednesday you're going to go visit a school, so thank you for